everyone. Welcome to the Currency of Democracy. I'm your host, Josh Davis. This is a libertarian opinion show of how the government is growing, the dollar is losing value, and you should be fed up. I want to emphasize this right now. August is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to have a show once every week. This time, Wednesday, every week, because I want to try to get some more information out there, more ideas, try to get this point across. So, so this will be once a week. Anyway, let's get on to the show. I had a debate, a very minor debate, but it was a debate nonetheless, with this guy on Twitter yesterday. And it was about the idea of immigration and invasion. And he argues that with the amount of people that have been coming over illegally from Mexico and other places, but mostly Mexico, obviously, that we are being invaded. And he argues that according to Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution, he says the feds are required to protect every state from invasion. And as to the words of the Constitution, yes, he's absolutely right. Let me read it off just to be certain about it. His words, the Constitution's words are this. Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. So as to the wording, he's right, of invasion. But no, it's not an invasion. They're immigrating. People are immigrating here. This is not like military from Mexico are trying to invade Texas or Arizona or whatever. This is just people trying to move from Mexico, which is poor, unstable, and because it's, heavy government, they want to come up. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to get a better life for themselves. This is not like they have malintent or something to that effect. No, they're not being invaded. Anyway, let's continue with that. He says, Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution gives naturalization power to Congress. Yes, true. However, is it right? My argument is it a good thing to have people told they can come in or they can't by, just a few people. You know what I mean? So I argue that no one has the moral authority to tell other people what to do. And this is, again, the same principle. All of this idea is that the government is all-knowing and knows who can come in, who can't, and in the end, they also have to pay the United States money to actually come into the United States. Why? Just let them through. Either, let's say that they do have the moral authority to know who knows or who can come into the United States. Why do they have to pay to come into the United States? They're trying to make a better life for themselves. It's immoral. It's impractical. Obviously, there's a lot of skirmishes going down there and a lot of violence, also because of the drug war, but obviously a lot because of the immigration law. So, or the unenforcement, or whatever you want to call this. No one has the moral authority to know who can come in and who can't. The Supreme Court at one point also said that people have the right to travel. And that's true. You have the natural ability to travel. You can walk. If you use a car, that's different. I mean, it gets you places faster, and obviously you have to pay for gas and, you know, all of that, servicing and all of that. But the idea is that you have a natural right to travel. Therefore, you should be able to go where you want. And that's why all the states have open borders. Never mind all the other stuff. Anyway, and I also have to bring up the idea of the fence. Why do we have a fence being built down there? Or, you know, it stopped being built a while ago. But think about it. It's just like East and West Germany. You know, you're dividing people. Why? You have the moral authority to tell other people where to go? It's the same principle. So let's put it this way. If you have a house, you can put up a fence or not. It's up to you. It's your house. And it is your property. But the problem is, the United States is made up of a bunch of private property, including some public property. Don't get me wrong. But it's mixed property. So how can you tell other people that you can't visit any of that private property? It doesn't make any sense. And that's why nationalism is really scary to me. National security, the idea of national security, yes, we do need to be protected when being invaded, but literally invaded, not by immigrants, people that are trying to just make a better life for themselves. I can see if you make an argument as to they're abusing the system, such as, you know, especially unemployment. But then that just begs the question, why don't you just repeal all of the welfare state, which is my argument in the first place. Repeal the welfare state, and then you won't have any problem with letting anybody just doing business in the United States. Just let them through, repeal the welfare state. Everybody has to make a life for themselves. You know, create their own opportunity. That's the idea. That's why having Social Security and all this other stuff, you know, unemployment is a fallacy. It's just wrong. And it creates poverty because people, you know, there are people that will abuse the system, whether they're immigrants or not. Again, that's another key. A lot of people that are immigrating just want to make a better life for themselves and don't abuse the system, while the people that are actually in the system already will abuse the system, which is a perfect argument to let them through. So, this idea of national security, the wording, if you take it at face value, national security implies that it secures the state itself, as in the United States, you know, the government. It's securing their interests and not yours. You have to think outside the box and think about it in people terms as opposed to state terms or communal terms. Let's add to the wording here.